Mother's Day is this weekend, so because it's Mother's Day this weekend, Dalton's with me, and he wanted to say what?
I love you. A bushel and a peck, a bushel and a peck, and a hug around the neck, a hug around the neck, and a barrel and a heap,
A
barrel and a heap, and I'm talking in my sleep about you,
About who?
about you. Toodle,
Do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Good deal. Okay, so it is 5 o'clock now, and it is Mother's Day coming up. Hello, my name is Darren Fink. I'm with Transfiguring Adoption. If you watch this weekly, you know that I am one of the co-founders of Transfiguring Adoption. And Margie is out this week, and filling in for her is Dalton. He's our son, and he has a lot to say about adoption and foster care because
I went through it.
He went through it, and he said that he wanted to talk a little bit about some issues. So we'll see how things go. If there's some issues that I need him to step out of the room, please don't be afraid to ask questions and different things. If we get adult here to adult, I will ask him to step out of the room. But other than that, yep, Dalton is 11 years old, and he's ready to field some questions. He's going to be going into middle school. So anyways, again, my name is Darren Fink. I'm with Transfiguring Adoption. You have joined our Monday Caregiver Check-In, and Transfiguring Adoption, Margie and I, as the co-founders, feel that it's important that caregivers feel that they are supported and encouraged on a weekly basis. And hey, Lydia, how you doing? Glad to have you on Facebook here. Monday Caregiver Check-In is all about you asking your questions, sharing your advice, or just encouraging other caregivers that are joining us. If you are watching us, I'd really appreciate it if you'd share us on Facebook or your social media so other people can join in and talk, because the more people we have join in the conversation, the better. And again, my name is Darren Fink, if you're just joining us. And this is my son, Dalton, and he has agreed, he doesn't mind telling everyone that he has been through the foster care system and adopted. The way I'm going to share all the small print up front so that I can say that I have is the Monday Caregiver Check-In is part of Transfiguring Adoption's outreach to help encourage and support caregivers as they walk through the foster and adoptive care journey. We are not medical advice. We're not legal advice. We are not trying to get you to not listen to your agency workers or derail you from your agency's workers' advice or what they're wanting you to do or needing you to do. We are just trying to support, encourage one another so we can help kids more. And all that to say, please don't sue us. Again, share. If you've never been with us before during a Monday Caregiver Check-In, I am going to start the conversation talking about something and try to mediate the conversation. But if you have any advice or questions or different things that you want to share, please comment them. This week we are on YouTube and Facebook. We're always on YouTube and Facebook. So definitely share with your friends and let them know. And again, Dalton is 11 years old. If conversation gets too adult or I need him to step out of the room, he will. But it being Mother's Day, he wanted to join in and talk about some Mother's Day stuff with everyone. So, or whatever questions that he can talk about as an 11-year-old from an 11-year-old's perspective. My wife, Margie, is actually moved. We moved down to Orlando, Florida. I am with the kiddos in Knoxville as they finish out school. So Margie it is amazing. Margie is not with us this week as she is unpacking and getting us settled in Orlando. So if Margie's watching, hey! So anyways, hope everyone's doing good. Mother's Day is this week. I want to hear, guys, what is the best gift that you've gotten your mom or your wife? What is the best gift that you have done or the best surprise? Gals, I want to hear what is the best gift that you have received or would like to receive? What is the best gift you would like to receive or that you would like to give? Yep.
I know one, an owl backpack.
You'd like to get what?
An owl backpack for my mom.
Dalton wants to get an owl backpack since our logo is the owl. Margie we like to go to amusement parks, right?
Mm-hmm. You got two more
since
things.
since we like to go to amusement parks, Margie loves having backpacks to be able to take in the amusement parks so that she has room for her water bottles, sunscreen, different things that she uses in the parks to keep these guys. Like, what else does she have in there for you guys when you're on waiting in line?
Fidgets,
She
or
has fidgets.
sometimes like different stuff.
So she likes to have a backpack with her. So Dalton got her an owl backpack, along with the help of the other kids, got her an owl backpack that is just the right size for her to take to amusement parks and carry stuff in. So
kind of like his.
Yeah.
But the
Shelby said she would like to get a family photo session. That would be amazing, actually. I've actually been talking with photographers about in the future maybe offering photo packages for foster and adoptive families, because I think that's a huge thing, especially because especially with fostering, it's nice to have pictures of kiddos around the house so that they feel included in the family. What do you think, Dalton? Do you think photos are important?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You have anything else to expand on it besides yeah?
Yeah, I think so, because we take pictures when we explore something new every time with our family.
How does that make you feel when you see pictures of yourself around the house?
Very great.
Very
great.
Because
it's part of my life.
It's part of your life?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And moving is part of my life, too.
Moving is part of your life. Dusty. Hey, Dusty.
Hi, Dusty.
I work with an agency. Yes, you do work with an agency in Kentucky, and I have a photographer who donates those. It's wonderful. Yeah, that would be really great, actually, if more photographers would understand the need to donate those. And I think for adoptive families, too, because you're having to jump in, and it's kind of like Insta-family, just add water. So it's nice to have the pictures just so that everyone feels like they're at home. Mm-hmm. and stuff like that. So with moving for you, is like we're moving down to Florida, is it important for you to have photos up so you feel part of the family? Does that help?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the pictures of everything around in our new house too, because that would be very special.
That'd be very special. So what do you think moms would like for Mother's Day? Not your mom, but any mom.
Like gifts, like a gift card to someplace, Starbucks coffee mug, of a Starbucks coffee mug, or like different stuff that they actually like.
Yeah, so
my dad can expand more about that.
Dusty says she wants one of those mom rings with the birthstones for each kid. Those are really cool. I've actually seen quite a few of those. And a night off from cooking. Actually glad that you brought that up, Dusty. If you actually know of a Jet's Pizza in your area, if you're watching this, if you're watching it live or not live, if anyone knows a Jet's Pizza in your area, and you can get me in contact with the manager or the owner of the Jet's Pizza in your area. Nashville actually does something in Tennessee where once a month, if people subscribe to our e-newsletter on the Transfiguring Adoption website, Nashville's Jets allows us to pick a winner for a full pizza meal that's free. So you can have one night off from cooking. And it's really cool for families. I don't know how many times we've had families say that it came just in the nick of time to have a night off from cooking because they've had stressors or different things. And they were able just to go get pizza and have like a whole Insta meal. And it just took a lot of stress and a lot of load off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Very cool ideas, you guys. So with Mother's Day coming up here, I want to hear more about what you would consider the perfect gift as a mom or a perfect gift that you have received. I'd also like to hear, guys, for the guys watching, what is the gift that you have given or would like to give your mom or your wife for Mother's Day. But as we are moving on here, I'd love to hear more about your encouragement, suggestions, and advice that you want to give for this. And Dalton, like I said, is going to be in here. Unless you have a question that he can't be in here for,
I can exit out the room.
He will go out of the room so that we can have some adult talk. But other than that, he had some time today, and since Margie wasn't in here, he wanted to come in here and share with you guys. Yes, Dusty, if you can find a Jet's Pizza or if you can find a restaurant, I'd be more than happy to talk with the owner. I just need to get in front of the owner so that I can talk with them about doing the pizza contest. It's already set up in Tennessee, so it's really easy for me to say this is how it works and this is how we integrate it.
I actually like Jet's Pizza.
Yeah, Shelby, definitely, you guys, if you guys hear of any restaurants, it doesn't have to be a Jet's Pizza, although I believe Jet's Pizza is in Kentucky. It doesn't have to be that. It just can be any restaurant that would be willing to do it, and I can definitely integrate it into what we have worked out. I would love to help out more states and more families with that. Dusty's babysitting idea kicks off this summer. So, Dusty, do you want to reiterate for people that are new what your babysitting idea is? Because it is a phenomenal idea. I would love, especially for people that are watching in Kentucky, to hear about that. The other thing that I'd love is, one thing that's happening to me right now is, since we are moving, our schedules are totally thrown out of whack. And I am single parenting it right now. And that got me to thinking, I know for a lot of families, being a single parent all of a sudden is challenging.
It's tough and hard.
Wow, really? How is that? Do I make it look hard?
Yeah, because you can't just watch one kid and not watch all the others at the same time. So you might need another adult there to help you, but you don't have another adult, so you'd have to get all the kids in the same room to watch them or follow them around so they don't do nothing bad.
I'm just going to go over here and you can run this, okay?
No!
But so that got me to thinking, fostering and adopting can be stressful and there are new challenges. But for people that are in a two-parent household, you can tag team things. So what's it like I want single parents to chime in, and I would also love for people that, when you're all of a sudden a single parent for a week, what does that look like for you as a parent for fostering or adopting? Dusty.
She says she's working on trauma.
She's working on trauma-informed babysitting service for foster parents. Free to enroll to participants, and this will allow a support service. Oh, it cut it off. Hold on 1 second. I'm getting to it. Hang tight with me, guys. I'm trying to get to Dusty's comment. We just need to have Dalton run all the future conversations, I think.
That's fine with me if you want to.
That's fine with you? Yeah. You'll do that?
Yeah, I can do it right here.
You'll do it right here? No problem?
Yeah, I will do it. You can watch me.
I missed too that Scott said a massage gift card would be the perfect gift for a mom.
That's really great.
Wow, Dusty, it's totally cut off that. But yeah, it was trauma. Let me try one more thing here.
It says see more at the bottom of there.
Oh, hold on 1 second, guys. There we go. Okay, there we go. Let's see. She's working on trauma-informed babysitting service for foster parents, free to enroll to participants, and this will allow a support service for foster parents, basically just another community service. I don't think it's just another community service. I think it's a phenomenal community service that people should definitely latch onto if they're in Kentucky. Yeah, definitely for sure. So how do you find it different as a single parent when you are all of a sudden in a week where you have to single parent it? Is it weird for you when you just have dad watching you instead of dad and mom?
Yeah, because sometimes I miss my mom when she's out of the house and I barely get to see her like she is right now in Florida, unpacking our stuff and getting our stuff organized and getting us settled. And I'm here stuck with Dad. Well, and I actually kind of like it, but I kind of at the same time am sad that I miss my mother.
So Dusty also said that her husband is doing that next week, being a single parent, since she has to be out of town. I will say, Margie's amazing. Like Dusty's saying that she did meal prep for the week. Margie just did amazing because right before Dalton and I got on here, she prepared crock pot meals for us for the whole week. So all I have to do after I get done working and chauffeuring kids different places, because that's one thing I find is when you're a single parent and you're used to being in a two-parent household with kiddos, is all of a sudden you're the one getting everyone to their appointments, their doctor's appointments, their psychiatrists, their therapists, their everything. And plus you're doing your work that you're normally having to do and all that different stuff. And you're having to be good cop, bad cop. It's a lot and you never get to stop.
Sometimes you will be just right.
Well, and then so having the meals prepped is amazing because the crock pot meals are amazing because I can do that easily and I can cook, but it's easy for me just to throw that in the crock pot and go. And the kids don't miss mom's cooking then. And providing, and I missed that. And Dusty said she's providing lots of ice cream. That one you didn't get. You didn't get that one. Does that upset you? That you didn't get lots of ice cream left?
No, someone said that I'm a pretty fabulous kiddo.
Yeah, he is a pretty fabulous kiddo. Aww.
Thank you for saying that I'm awesome.
He is pretty awesome. He's pretty intuitive. We actually, if anyone has any questions for Dalton about foster care or adoption, I know that everyone's pretty much on the journey themselves, but he's actually, all of our kids are very open because of what we're doing with Transfiguring Adoption. They want to talk more about their viewpoint of things. And they're like, I know a lot of people get upset with Margie and I for letting our kids talk about it and think it's weird, or we'll say, hey, this is our adopted son. And they say, why do you call him your adopted son and not just, it's because they want us to, because they want people to know
that
so that
I'm
they
adopted and not foster.
Well,
because if my dad just says he's my kiddo, it won't make sense because they won't know if I'm adopted or in foster care. So it's pretty better to say adopted.
Well, that, and you also usually like people to talk about it with people, and they don't know to talk. Usually the kids are like, I want to talk about it. So this is kind of their choice, and we don't talk about stuff unless we don't talk about things unless you want us to, right?
Yeah, I agree again.
All right, let's see here. Dusty said, or I think it was Dusty. I missed it. I am missing stuff today. Shelby says, my husband is a merchandiser and works many hours, which leaves me to run the show. So the one thing that is a must is my color-coded planner. Everything is scheduled. Yes, that is amazing that you have it color-coded. I think organizing, I think someone could probably run a whole business of just helping foster families and adoptive families get scheduled and more organized, because it really does help a lot when you're organized, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does mom do that is organized for you guys?
She helps me clean my room sometimes, which that's very organized, and she organizes my stuff.
But what do you know? But I'm talking about more remember, before we were doing all the moving craziness and moving to Orlando, what is...
She made meals for us that she wouldn't have to.
But she had it on, I'm talking schedules and stuff like that.
Yeah, she set up a crock pot meal or a different meal for each day.
She had a calendar for it.
Organized. And which I really like, the organized meal calendar.
How did you know about your chores?
Because she organized them and put our initials on a chore chart. And that's how I know what chore we have and don't have.
So one thing I saw actually a family do that we visited in Colorado is they're amazing. They had French doors, and they actually took window markers and they would write the chore charts on the French doors, and it would wipe off and the kids could see it really easily, and it was really neat. Color coding is the bomb, and I'm an artist and I'm so not organized. So I appreciate it. I can't do it. Dusty says she has a color calendar hanging on the wall. Everything goes on there for everyone to know so that there are no surprises. We try to use our technology. So Margie and I use our Google calendars as much as possible, and everything goes on. It's so bad that during our move, everything with the kids' appointments and different things like that are so convoluted and complex that I've actually had to put things on there eat lunch, eat mundane things, because if I don't put that on there, I'm going to forget to do it because everything's just so complicated right now. Even this is on there because I knew I would forget it if it wasn't on there, just because everything is so crazy right now. So yeah, very cool, you guys. I like these single parenting ideas. What do you do? Because a lot of times people, when they single parent it, the whole good cop, bad cop thing, you feel like you're having to discipline a lot and you're not getting to have fun with the kids. What's something that you do to make sure that you have fun with the kids so that you don't...
Make sure you play with them and don't leave them out. Or if anything else, that's one in my words. And the second one in my words is that just don't send them outside to play by themselves. Make sure that they have and spend time with you and watch movies with you and do stuff like that.
So even if it's just sitting down to watch a movie, that's still time together and that's okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do that every day.
Well, not every day, but
Well, not every day, basically, like sometimes a day.
you're not allowed to watch electronics during the week.
We changed it because we're in the hotel.
Because we're moving.
Yeah.
Great advice, thank you. Yeah, he's full of great advice, huh? So, but how do you guys make sure that you get time with your kids, and how do you balance that with time for yourself so that you can get away? I'm interested in that a lot. Like, how do people make sure that when they're single parenting it, how do you make sure that you balance, that you're getting time for yourself so you don't go crazy, but at the same time, the kids know you're there and know that you're on duty?
You're so welcome, Dusty.
Pretty good ideas, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
I actually like Dusty's first idea about the ice cream.
You like the ice cream idea?
Thanks, Dusty. Yep.
You're funny.
Everyone that's watching me thinks I'm funny.
Huh? They think you're a hoot, that's for sure. Oh, hold on 1 second, you guys. Oh, there we go. Oh, sorry, I've had some technical difficulties here, everyone. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, very good advice, you guys. What are some things? Does everyone think it's okay to, like, what do? Do you watch movies with the kids? Do you do board games? We really. Shelby says our soon-to-be adoptive daughter is 8 and has autism, so our schedule is life. We have a positive reinforcement sticker chart that has rewards every few squares, so multiple times a day we get rewards. We have a calming hour. Kiddos read or color, and I get an hour to do things for myself. That's really cool. I like the calming hour. 2 things that I just thought of was, one, Margie's actually written an ebook that's really amazing. Actually, just so, and I'm not just bragging on her because she's my wife. CPAs that we go to every year, like actually around tax time, wonder how she's able to stretch the budget so much and do different things with our budget with a large family. She's actually written an ebook that's on our website at transfiguringadoption.com. I think the ebook's like $3. Like, we're not making money off of it really. And it's not like, it's helping us maybe keep the lights on for Transfiguring Adoption's lights on for maybe like a few seconds.
I agree.
But the ebook is how to organize a large household for foster and adoptive families. And it's got some amazing things in there and tips that she uses for budgeting, finances, and just how to, just even coming down to chore charts and different tips and hacks that foster and adoptive families can do. It's really actually ingenious. Yeah, the other thing is the chore chart thing. That is a really cool idea. And another thing that we have done is we've made calm down boxes
and trays.
Hey, they can't see anymore.
Oh.
So what are in the calm down boxes?
Like a long time ago when we first moved into North, so there were some one box of juicy fruit gum, and some water and some glittery water and some like Play-Doh that had marble stuff that you could use and so on. I forgot everything else.
So basically, if you go on Transfiguring Adoption's website and you do a search for calm down boxes, Margie has some really great, inexpensive things that you can make that are phenomenal for engaging all of the kids' senses. And they're kits that they know they can go to and they can get them whenever they need them to calm down or during a calm down time when they need to be. But there's just some really amazing things that she has on there for them to do. And they include just a regular water bottle filled with baby oil with glitter in it so they can sit there and watch. And it's obviously super glued shut so that they can't get it out. But just things like that. Like Dalton was talking, the juicy fruit gum because...
well, I already ate all mine.
You did. Chewing the gum actually has a calming effect, and a lot of people say only one piece of gum, but it's shown that for kids, especially from trauma, that the more gum and the more that they have to use those muscles, the more calming it is. I missed a comment that said, Dusty on Facebook said, mealtime as a family is a must. She's a single mom for 15 years, and basically I made sure that all of our time was quality, and ice cream solves everything. Yes, it does, unless you're dairy intolerant and it hurts my stomach. But everyone else gets ice cream and I still have fun with everyone.
Well, he eats icing.
Love. I do eat icing. I love icing. We have
about the calm down boxes, Shelby.
We have calm or Dusty says we have chalkboard paint on the walls of the closets, and we buy inexpensive pastels for them to paint or chalk. That's really a cool idea. Almond milk ice cream is the best. I will have to say that.
I think chocolate ice cream.
I forget what brand it is. Chocolate ice cream. I like the Snickerdoodle almond, but I like the almond one. I forget what it is. I don't know if Silk makes it. It's almond, but it's like a Snickerdoodle. It's really good.
I think almond makes it.
It does solve a lot. And, you know, another thing that we like to do also is, obviously, because our first, because of our theming for Harry Potter, like in our first discussion guide was around the Harry Potter series.
The first chapter of the very first book was about.
Like, one thing that we'll do, too, is for our kids is we'll watch, if we watch the Harry Potter movies or we read the chapters of the book together at dinner time. Well, I was going to say we have the recipe for pumpkin juice, and it's actually on our website so that you guys can use it for your families too. But the pumpkin juice is it has all natural sugars in it. It's mostly juices. It does have pumpkin in it.
Which I like pumpkin, so
but it tastes. It's good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you like it?
Yeah, it's found all over the Harry Potter world too.
Butterbeer frap, yeah, they do. Dusty says Starbucks has a butterbeer frap. It is good. We have a recipe we've stole off Pinterest, but we haven't claimed. The pumpkin juice one we actually fiddled around till we got it tasting similar to the one at Universal Studios Wizarding World. So I'm not sure if I'm willing to say that that's the Transfiguring Adoption pumpkin juice, but we did come up with the recipe on our own.
And butterbeer went to Universal. Okay,
that's awesome.
Great.
Dusty drank her weight in butterbeer when she went to Universal. Hey, we're moving to Orlando by the end of the month, so if anyone's going to be going, come on down and visit. Actually, I will put a plug in real quick, you guys. I know I'm putting a lot of plugs in, but I would love for some people to take advantage of this. Is if you go on Transfiguring Adoption's website to transfiguringadoption.com/vacation. We are having a vacation at the end of October. We're doing that for several reasons during October.
For several families too.
It's a trip for 8 families. We have spots for 8 families, and it's $1,000 cheaper than if you would go through the parks. We have 4 staff members that are going to be taking people around Universal Studios and helping foster or adoptive families who come on the trip with trauma behaviors while they're in the park. We've taken our children a lot, and Dalton, do you mind me telling them that you have sensory?
Well, I can. I have sensory processing issues that I can't stand loud noises. Only when we walk in line, sometimes people yell because they're so excited because they haven't rode a ride, and to them it's new, so they start yelling. Sometimes they start yelling, and it hurts my ears. And sometimes there's a dragon on top of Gringotts that hurts my ears, but when it growls before it spits out fire.
But we've taken our children several times successfully. We have 4 staff members that are going to be dedicated to the 8 families to take them around the park. We're trying to give people that dream vacation that other families get to talk about, but they don't feel like there are a lot of families that we've talked to that are adoptive families that say that they can't take their kids on that dream vacation, and it's really depressing. It is sad that you feel like you can't take your kids and give them something that you want to give them. And so we're making it
new for them.
And so we're making it possible for them to be able to go to Universal and make great memories that they'll talk about for a long time. But anyways, if you go to transfiguringadoption.com/vacation, you can check out more about that. And we are accepting entries into that now, and you can start making payments on that already. I think it's a $400 deposit to hold your spot. And you can work with our amazing travel agency, but you're going to get 4 staff members helping you on-site lodging, food in the parks is included, and you also are going to get an amusement park kit that we put together to help you manage, like with tools so that your family can manage the park better. But we'll be with you every step of the way.
Fidgets and stuff that can help you.
Absolutely, positively. So
that can help you.
So again, for people that are just joining in with us, I would love to still hear what is the perfect Mother's Day gift that you would like to receive, or
going to Universal.
Going to Universal.
Yeah, that's a great one.
That's what you'd like to give a mom.
Yeah,
As going to Universal?
Because my mom likes Universal, and so do
does,
we.
your mom does like Universal. I think she likes the beach more, though.
Well, we live close to a beach.
We do live close to a beach. But so yeah, I'd love to hear what the perfect gift for you or the perfect gift that you've given to someone would be. I'm also talking about what's it like when you have to be the single parent, when you're in a dual parenting situation, and all of a sudden one parent has to go for a work meeting or something, and you're single parenting for a week. What's advice and suggestions that you have for being a single parent for a week?
I think one for Dad is he has to cook for everyone, and that's like sometimes he does not want to cook, and he just tells us to eat snacks.
What? I feel like you're
I said sometimes.
Or,
not all the time.
Although tonight, Mom made crock-pot meals for you.
Yeah!
I feel like I'm getting ratted out here. So what's it like for you to be a single parent, and what are your suggestions for other foster adoptive parents that are having to be a single parent for a week?
Well, that was one of the good ones.
That was one of the good ones?
What I just said.
That was some of the good advice? Oh my goodness, you're hilarious.
Well, Dad, that was actually a good one just to say.
That was great to say?
Yeah, because that's actually true.
So what do you miss the most when Mom's gone? Yeah, Rebecca's like, he told on me. The funny part is Margie's totally made.
I tried to. I'm sorry, Rebecca. Please forgive me.
The funny part is for the whole week, so they really haven't been getting more snacks. Well, okay.
Well, I mean, like on the way home from Florida, we ate snacks
We ate
dinner.
snacks in the car on the way home from driving home from. For those of you joining in and don't know, my wife and I have moved down to Orlando, Florida this past weekend, and I came back up to Tennessee so that the kids could finish out school.
Yay!
We had to drive in the evening last night, and we didn't stop for dinner, so kids just got to snack on chips and stuff in the car.
I snacked on vanilla wafers.
Oh, Wendy says it's rough being a single parent. I depend on my sister, but it's hard to keep my sanity. Yeah, I want to hear some more ideas like that you guys have for people like Wendy, who she's like, what would you tell Wendy to for her to keep her sanity? Because I think it's not just you, Wendy, either. It's a lot of people in the single parent situation where there's a lot of things that you have to do to keep your sanity because you aren't able to pass it off like other people are.
Yay! Another compliment for me, y'all. Have a great night.
Bye, Dusty. Thanks for joining us.
I'm not mischief.
So what would you guys say what are some other ways for you to keep your sanity while you're being a single parent? One thing that we did suggest we were talking about was TV time. Like I know a lot of people say no TV time, like TV time bad, TV no.
Yeah, because it sometimes hurts your eyes, which that's going to be painful.
But I think there is times where just to keep your sanity, it is okay to have family TV time. And it keeps everyone focused and you are enjoying the TV together. Yeah, it is family time. And you said you enjoy those times, right?
Mm-hmm. When I definitely enjoy the once upon a time family reunion thing. Yeah,
so Dalton's talking about the TV show Once Upon a Time. We actually, as a family, we watched that together on, I think
TV.
When is that now? It's on Friday nights now, right?
Well, if we need to catch up, it's on Friday or Sunday if we need to catch up.
Yep, Rebecca's saying, remember, you can't pour out your cup into others if it's empty. Yep, and I think it's one of the hardest things as caregivers, right, that we have to take care of ourselves. I think sometimes we don't know that we need to take care of ourselves until it's too late too, because I think we're always go, 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 and we want to take care of other people, and we don't think about ourselves.
I have the middle 12-year-old that wants to harm me.
Yeah, you're definitely have to keep your sanity.
What do you mean?
Don't worry about it. So yeah. Yeah, what are some other suggestions that everyone has? I know everyone's been having, I wish Dusty was still on here to give some more suggestions. What are some other suggestions that you have for people like Wendy that are in a rough situation and they just need to be able to keep their sanity?
Like don't get in a fight with other people that might
Maybe not like that.
maybe lose your friendships or something.
Not like that. I think the TV time is good because I think it allows you to just veg for a little while. I think, like you were saying, I think you were the one that said your sister, you depend on your sister. I think that's phenomenal. I think use those connections as much as possible and don't be afraid to use those connections or feel like you're overusing them because they're really helping too.
Exactly. Residential treatment is soon. Okay?
Well,
nice to know.
I'm glad that's happening, actually.
Me too.
It sounds like that might be encouraging. Do you mind it when Mom and I leave, like you with like Grandma or other people, so that we can go get our sanity a little bit?
Kind of.
You do? Why?
I said kind of.
Why do you like it?
I like it because I can spend time with my grandmother and why I don't like it is that I always get yelled at.
Hey, stop tattling here. Nice words.
Okay. Well, my grandmother's very great. She cooks and takes me to McDonald's once in a while. And my grandfather thinks the same thing as me, that McDonald's is healthy.
So one thing that I think is we actually have a couple of our kids that actually get excited when my wife and I go out on a date night or when we utilize other family members or friends to watch them because they know that we need time away. And there's at least one of our kids can point out and tell us when we need to leave. And they say, you guys need to get away for a little while. And they can tell that we're getting to that tipping point where we need some rough time. Hey, I'm talking right now, please. Mm-hmm. Like they can tell when we're getting to that tipping point and where we need to just have some time away. And some of our kids actually get excited when we leave. And it's not because we're monsters. It's because they have just recognized enough that when we leave and we come back, we're calmer, we're a lot more fun coming back after having rest and just being able to just be ourselves for a little while. Because I think the danger is that you lose yourself in all of it. Like while you're trying to help other people, you lose yourself. And you can't lose yourself. You've got to still be who you are and not get so lost in other people's needs, which is difficult because they're our kids and we're supposed to be their providers and their caregivers. But that does mean taking care of ourselves and being who we were meant to be so that we can help them be who they were meant to be better. Shelby says she uses essential oils on herself and her girls. Very calming. I don't know what I would do without them. Yeah, we do use essential oils. We were using them better before we started the whole moving process. I totally agree. I think they're great. I think they're great if you use them on a regular basis. I would say also, yeah, using them on kiddos and helping them just to calm down and just spending some time. I don't know if that's something I always get caught in this because I want to say that boys won't do it, but then there's so many times that boys will enjoy doing things like putting on essential oils or doing stuff like that. And I didn't think they would. So I don't know. Do you guys find that boys, like teenage boys, like to do that stuff?
Oh, kind of.
You do?
Yeah.
They can't see you. You're just like a little head blip now.
Sorry. My head just hurts. Yeah, I think that it would be very great that teenagers would use them. Is it very helpful?
You like using essential oils?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jasmine, my sister, does too.
Oh yeah? Mm-hmm. You were like falling asleep.
Oh no.
I think as much as you can get other people involved as possible, I think with the single parenting, I think, so one thing that we're going through right now too is as we're moving down to a new area is we're losing like our circle of support. In some ways, we're moving further away from family, we're moving further away from friends, and we're moving away from friends that are trauma informed. So I think one thing that we're gonna have to find out soon is how quickly can you, you look a little burnt, Dalton. Yeah, he might be a little bit. His skin's really sensitive.
Oh, yeah, right here. I thought she was talking about my hair.
No. His skin's really sensitive, so it doesn't take much for him to...
I could just go outside in 1 second, come back in, and I will be burnt.
Well, maybe not burnt, but he'll be red. I think it's going to be interesting for us because it's been a little while since we've had to remember what it was like to rebuild that circle of support, and also rebuild, like, you have to not just make friends, but you have to, like, inform them about trauma and help them understand different things. We just experienced that, I feel like.
And I'm meeting new friends soon.
Well, Dalton just went to, we visited a church over the weekend.
Church.
And one thing that was interesting for me was remembering that not everyone knows about trauma and understands that. And so I think that was interesting for me because I dropped Mr. Dalton off at kids' church thinking...
And I felt shy.
You felt shy? But you did fine after a while. You did really good. Yeah. But it's what I forgot what it was like to have to explain or talk to people just to make sure that I help him advocate for his own needs. And I think that can be something that needs to be done and forgotten. Can they see you? No. You can see right there. See? They see that much. You have to sit up. Shelby says, I'm not a single parent. However, I have found that by having the circle of people, or for us, it's our church, we're able to take care. We're to take care of ourselves and be the best versions of ourselves for our kiddos. And I think that's what we all have to try to do, is figure out how to be the best versions of ourselves. Because our kids, and our kids don't want, they want us to be the best we can be, because they're learning from us and they're gleaning from us, and they need us to figure out how to do that and be that.
Hi, Shelby.
Yeah, for sure. I like that advice, Shelby. That's really neat.
Oh, Shelby.
For sure. Well, let me know, you guys, if you guys have any last-minute comments here.
For me or him?
We are talking about either being a single parent or being in a dual parent relationship, and then all of a sudden having to be a single parent for a week or so. And any advice or encouragement that you have for people in that situation. I've been loving everything that we're hearing from people. Yeah, Dalton's here if you have any thing for him.
Questions for me.
If you have something that he needs to be out of the room, he's already said, I'll leave, Dad. I'll get out of the room. He's like, if you guys want to talk about something, they just need to tell me to leave the room. So just let me...
They don't need to, because they're being nice to me.
Yes, but if they want to talk about something that you don't need to be... You know. So... I'm going to take last questions or last advice here, suggestions, encouragement.
And so am I.
And I think we're going to wrap up here because I am single parenting it this week, and I have to get kids back to where we're sleeping at. Can you sing the Mother's Day song again? We'll see if we have time. We'll see if we have time.
I might sing the Mother's Day song I sang at the beginning for the closing, so that people that just joined in the middle can hear.
Thanks for the hearts, Wendy. Dalton, you're so great. That's awesome. You're only encouraging him.
I'm blushing.
Whatever, you love every minute of it. Do you want to sing the Mother's Day song?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I
love you.
A bushel and a peck, and a hug around the neck, and a barrel and a heap, and I'm talking when I'm asleep about you, about who? About you. Doodle-doodle-oo, doodle-doodle-oo, doodle-doodle-oo. Hi.
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Again, my name is Darren Fink. This is Dalton Fink. I am the co-founder of Transfiguring Adoption. My wife, Margie, will be back hopefully next week once the
I'm the little co-founder, yeah.
Once the moving and unpacking has kind of settled, Margie will be back with us.
We'll get settled in, too.
Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Thanks, Wendy.
Be sure to check out our website at transfiguringadoption.com. We have all sorts of resources and tools. We'd love to add more resources and tools if you think of any. One thing that was brought up today is if anyone knows any restaurants like Jet's Pizza or different places that would be willing to give a meal to foster and adoptive families. We're already doing that in Nashville, Tennessee with Jets Pizza. Once a month, they give out a free full pizza meal to one foster adoptive family through our organization. So please let me know if you have any restaurants that would like to do that, and I would love to talk with them about how they can do that for your state or your area. And also, don't forget about our Universal Studios trip. Please share about that and about this time, because the more people we have talking on here, the more advice and questions and suggestions we're going to have for each other. So,
and maybe new ones I can put on our brochures or banner.
Thank you so much for talking with us. You guys are amazing. As caregivers, you don't hear enough about the amazing job that you're doing. Even if you feel like you're having your worst day, you're doing something amazing and you're having more of an impact than you realize. And I know that from experience. And I know that you are definitely changing the lives of children and the world. Thank you so much. And for those of you who are professionals or people that are just wanting to support caregivers, thank you so much for the amazing work that you do supporting. There aren't enough people supporting caregivers in the world. Thank you so much.
And thanks, Shelby, for saying I did great.
We hope we're helping you to nurture and grow your foster or adoptive families. Yeah. Thank you so much. And Facebook, thanks everyone at Facebook. I am going to sign out here. And YouTube. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.